Welcome to the Fit Face Podcast. I'm your host, Harrison Zocker, and this is the #1 podcast for balancing social life and fitness. This is specifically for people that want to shape the body of their dreams without sacrificing their favorite drinks and foods while maintaining a social life outside of the gym. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into today's episode. What's going on, fam? Welcome to episode number 8. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my very specific core values and beliefs that I utilize towards coaching, as well as something that I implement in my fitness routine to ensure that I can make progress, as well as, most importantly, maintain that progress. And this core value is progress through addition, not restriction. So this is something that is extremely common, especially in the nutrition aspect side of things, because how often do you see somebody, or maybe you even do this as well? I've done it in the past where I focus so much more on the things that I should not have or should not be doing rather than focusing on the things that I should be doing more of. And when we start to get that mindset of putting such an emphasis on those things that we believe we can't have, that's just going to make the process non-enjoyable, and that will lead it to not being sustainable. I've said it in a past episode, and I'm going to say it again, that the progress you make does not matter if you cannot maintain that progress. So that's why this is such an important mindset approach in order to make results as well as hold on to them. So what I want to do today is kind of break down an example for you guys. It's going to be fat loss focused because that's really what I specialize in. And I believe that's what most people are looking to do when they do get into fitness or get into just trying to live a healthier lifestyle. So let's say, for example, somebody wants to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. What most people look at doing or start doing right at the beginning of this type of a goal, I'm guilty of this in the past, so I can totally relate to it and confirm that this is a very common thing because I've seen other people go through it as well. And what most people do think is what they can't have. So things such as no booze, no sugar, no dairy, no carbs, no gluten, no going out to eat, no pizza, none of your favorite foods that are considered unhealthy according to whoever you hear it from. When the most successful people would be thinking, okay, what could I be doing more of? Let's focus on just moving more, like moving a ton, like move so much that you have, so you can gain that freedom with your nutrition. So, because obviously the more you move, the more calories you burn, which means the more food you can eat. And if you like food as much as I do, I move a lot, and it just makes it so much easier and enjoyable. A few other things that you can be focusing on doing more of or progress through addition is to eat more fruits and veggies, drink more water, get more sleep, eat more protein, cook more, invest in yourself, educate yourself. And these are all things that are viewed as needing to put in effort. And that's why I think people overlook these and they look more at the things like the easier shortcuts, like straightforward, no booze, no sugar, no dairy, no carbs, all those things that take a lot less effort and also seem like they're going to be the faster route to go, when that's far from the truth. We see it all the time though, so I can't blame anybody for believing that. And I've gone through phases in my life where I've avoided carbs, I've avoided dairy, I've said no to going out to eat, and it just becomes extremely saddening and depressing almost, to be honest. And that's the last thing that I want anyone to experience that is chasing some fitness goal or a fat loss goal, is to feel like depressed in a way that they're going through their fitness and health routine while not enjoying their life at all. And then all of a sudden, once they do reach that goal, yes, it is possible to reach a goal like drop 20 pounds in 6 months by restricting. But when you get to that goal after, let's say, 6 months, you lose the 20 pounds. What do you do after that? You have no idea what to do or how to live life while starting to implement those things that you were restricting, compared to if you were focusing so much more on things that you can do more of or bettering yourself in any way. And by bettering yourself, you automatically set a personal standard a lot higher, and your expectations from yourself become a lot higher as well. And when this happens, the things that don't necessarily support your goal will tend to fade off. So, for example, if the goal is to lose 20 pounds in 6 months, yes, we know that sugar doesn't necessarily support that goal, but that doesn't mean you should be putting so much energy on focusing to restrict that. What you should be doing is focusing on just eating healthier, eating more fruits and veggies. And just by doing that, the amount of sugar that you consume will automatically fade. And how many times have you worked out and wanted pizza immediately after? You can't honestly tell me that's the case all the time. It might be on occasion, but most of the time after working out, we crave healthy food just because we feel good, our mind's in a good place, and we just did something positive for our body. And that just makes it so much easier to focus on eating healthier. So simply by working out more, moving more, that makes it so much easier to just eat healthier, as well as find those other things that support your health and fitness goal, but also will end up reducing those things that don't support that goal. And this is a lot more sustainable way to approach your fitness, because it's going to gain momentum, it's going to increase your confidence, it's going to improve your self-awareness, it's going to reduce your guilt, and these things all make your mind and mindset extremely powerful compared to if you're just focusing on the things that you should be restricting or doing less of. That person might lose the 20 pounds in 6 months, but they still have that weak mind that won't allow them to continue to move forward and make progress, or at least maintain that progress. Versus the person that focuses so much more on progress through addition, where they invested in themselves, they've learned something, they've found ways to working out so much easier. They've increased those habits, such as just being a lot more active throughout the day, or getting in a step goal, and just being that's also self-awareness. So if you're doing progress through addition, you're going to be a lot more self-aware of the things that you should be doing more of. And the only self-awareness you have when you're looking at the progress through restriction is that when you do something that you are supposed to be avoiding, that's when the self-awareness comes in through progress through a restriction. And that's what's going to make you feel guilty and feel like a failure. And when you feel like a failure, that's when your confidence is going to fade and your momentum's going to fade, and it's going to be a lot easier to continue to give in to those things that don't necessarily support your goal. So what I want you to do is take out a piece of paper and think about the things that you really focus on with your health and fitness, and kind of break it down to see if it's focusing on restriction or if it's focusing on addition. And if a lot of them are restriction, I want you to flip those and turn them around into a progress through addition type of approach, mindset, and habit. Such as saying, instead of saying not going out to eat, to cooking more meals at home. So focusing more on cooking more meals at home, then you still won't feel like guilty when you do go out to eat, because if you are cooking more meals at home, the amount of meals that you go out to eat for are going to be lower. And just by making these small little adjustments, you will see a lot more progress than you believe. And another example would be eating no carbs to eating more fruits and veggies. So I know it's so easy to think that carbs are bad, but I promise you they are not. And if you're focusing more on eating fruits and veggies and higher protein, it's going to make your progress come so much more faster without feeling any guilt, even when you do have some carbs, whether it's ice cream or sugar, whatever it might be. And of course, I got to give an example of drinking no booze. So instead of thinking not drinking at all, start to think about like drinking more water when you are drinking, or maybe it's start to be more mindful when you're drinking, and also like setting yourself up for success the day after you might drink. So there's so many different ways you could go about it, rather than just saying, oh, I can't drink, I'm not going to drink for 30 days. And then all of a sudden, after the 30 days ends, all of a sudden, there you go. Your mindset hasn't changed at all. And then all of a sudden you just continue drinking like you did prior to starting that 30-day challenge. And this is one of the reasons why I despise like 30-day challenges, like restrictive challenges, like no carbs, no booze, no sugar, and all that type of, it's just so frustrating, because I know the people that do those things are not going to continue on after those. Some might, very few though. And it's just so frustrating to me. And I just want everybody's progress with their health and fitness to be lifelong, sustainable, and fun. So yeah, what I want you to do is write down a few things that you can do more of rather than what you can do less of. And I want you to share them with me on Instagram. Just message me them, and I'm curious what you came up with, and I want to help. I'll provide some insight as well as help lead you in the right direction if you need some help with it. So do that, reach out, and I'll gladly provide some input to you. Thank you so much for listening today. If you're getting value out of the podcast and want to work closely with me on how to build the body of your dreams by balancing life and fitness, as well as become a part of the absolute best fitness community out there, what I want you to do is go to my Instagram at HarrisonZFit and DM me with the words Fit Party. My mission in life is simple: to help others find the best version of themselves while enjoying all aspects of life. We'll see you in the next episode.